Right. Hopefully that's better. My apologies, Dark Mark. No, it definitely wasn't on purpose. I was chatting away. Excellent. Definitely there now. Cool. Thanks, Dark Mark. That's brilliant. God, you can watch that, haven't you? I don't know why it does that sometimes. Operator invalidated, so onto Big D, who's next behind him. I will at some point just repeat all the stuff that you didn't hear. But just keep an eye on the times, because we're just about to start getting the times on the board. So Big D across the line then, 117.2. One of the things I did say was that I was expecting a pole position time this evening of a sort of low to mid 16. Time will prove if that was maybe a bit optimistic, because obviously it's just a short qualifying session, so people have less time to sort of get their eye in, if you like. Ollie Champ manages a 17.4, Dre across the line 17.8. Shrek, new driver tonight. So he's left Fiona at home, and he's and the kids. He's gone to Mexico. Davis goes into P3, 117.6. Atkins 17.7. Cody Kaka 18.4, same as Dark Lord and Fate to Defiance in the 20.7 at the moment. Who was the McLaren? That was Spreader, and he goes P1 on a 16.7. So we're already on to 16.7 with Spreader. That's pretty impressive. Early doors, first lap. Operator validated the first run. Let's see if he can. No, I think he's heading for the pits, because he's over the 120 mark. So, yeah, in he comes. Anybody else? Well, actually, let's go back to Shrek, because he was on a lap, wasn't he? Our new man can go. 118.2, 7 for the moment. And what's out there was Taz. Taz is just heading for the line. 128.2, so clearly not a clear lap there from Taz. Sergeant Kamarov, one of the pole position favourites, I would say. Him, Spreader, definitely two of the ones that would be potential pole positions you would have thought. So there's another driver I don't know anything about, Mayhem, FGR Mayhem, so I don't really know anything about him, so may also be in the shouts. 17.5 though, that puts some. It's all about practice for Ollie, is paying off. Well done, Ollie. 17.4, and from what you said, you can go quicker, so sat in P3 after the first run now, by the looks of it. Saying about Mayhem, looks like he started the lap, so let's go with that. And the Williams tonight. Comes down to this awkward, tricky sector 2. Oh, he's invalidated right on the exit. Unusually, it's inside there, but that's going. Oh, no, it wasn't Robbo going past him. Well, Robbo's the other one on a hot lap, so we'll stick with him. So the graphic on the map shows purple, but of course, as we know, because he's not got time on the board, you can't really pay any attention to that, unfortunately. But it may be correct. I don't know. Going into the stadium section. You'll see all sorts of different ways of taking these corners, and probably pretty standard. 118.1 puts him into P8. Right, okay, no, it's definitely talking, Mark. That's a bit of news like that. Second time that's happened. Thank you for that, Mark. Just let you know. Well, I guess I got to do another really hot lap with someone. Right, so we got Shrek is heading for the line. Currently on an 18.2. Does he manage to improve that? He does. He takes 3 tenths off of that. Moves up 3 places to P11. Who else we got? Taz and Davis. Any of you guys are early on in their 8 laps, so Mayhem not improving. He's invalidated, in fact, so fatal. Fatal was actually showing a huge improvement in sector 2, 1.1 seconds, just over. Across the line, 17.7, 1.25 second improvement, puts him into P10. So a big improvement from Fatal Defiance on that lap. Very nicely done. Fatal to operator. Who are the others on right? Taz was on, wasn't he? Yeah, Taz on that lap. Right, okay, we're going with Taz. Sorry, Taz, if you're listening to console, I'm just about to put you right off. So, heads over the line, picks up DRS. We'll head up to turn 1, 2 and 3. They're in this sort of little section of their own. Late braking into turn 1. Should be down to about 3rd. Take 2nd corner and 3rd. Should be quickly shifting up to 4th for coming out of the 3rd corner to get better traction. Pick up the DRS once more. Head down to turn 4. Usually down to 3rd for turn 4. 2nd though for Taz. Stays in 2nd for turn 5 as well. Into this double right-hander. Keeps it nice and close but doesn't use the curves, which is good. Allows you better traction on the exit. And heads into the difficult middle part of the lap. Here comes out of that section. Very nicely done, actually. Picks up the DRS once more. Slightly up on his PB. That's what you want to see. 4th gear through there. Down to 3rd for this one. Your best bet. Allows you a bit of better traction on the exit. Short shift to 4th for the corner. Keep it tight to the inside and hopefully you improve, and indeed Taz does by nearly 3 tenths of a second and is in P8 on a 17.483. So good lap from Taz. Final corner for these two, actually, both McLarens. Out lap for Dark Lord. I'm guessing it was the same for Master Spread. As indeed, so let's go with the 2 McLarens then. I think Spreader giving Dark Lord straight. As long as he doesn't end up in the way, obviously. So I shouldn't do in a way. So again, Dark Lord to get a bit of toe down here. So, oh, that's no good, is it? I forgot you. I was trying to go to Dark Lord, but forgot. Obviously, it's qualifying, so he's actually down in 16th. I'd have to change it completely differently. Yeah, sorry, mate. I don't know why I was doing it. Mark, it's getting myself ready and all that sort of thing. I took it out and you know, just pulled out the lead and then put it back in again because it was all twisted round and I wanted to straighten the lead out. Not improving, he's invalidated. Dark Lord not improving either. I must admit, for some people I don't think enjoy having a toe. I'm certainly one of them. As Kamarov goes fastest, 16.1, that's a brilliant lap. Lots of big times coming out here. 16.4 from Dark Mark, Big D 16.6, 16.8 from Ollie Champ, superb. Is he still going? Comes out. He's across the line over sets of 2. He looks quick. Yeah, he's a couple of attempts up. Heads into the stadium. A couple of cars up ahead. But we'll stick with Ollie as he's improving. And he's certainly on to... oh, he's invalidated. Ah, that's frustrating for him. 16.658 would have put him ahead of Big D into P4. But never mind. I think that's Ollie's best qualifying so far in PRF1 with 5th place. That practice worked out, Ollie. Really did. Cammy then takes pole. Master Spread invalidating his final lap. Dark Mark P3. Brilliant lap from Dark Mark. Big D 4. Ollie Champ 5. Dre up in 6th. That's better from Dre. He's been struggling in quali a bit recently, but certainly a lot better that time. Dodi Kaka, great qualifying. P7 on a 17.3. Atkins P8. Taz 9. Davis 10. Mayhem then, one of our new guys in 11th. Fatal Defiance 12th. Shrek, our new guy in 13th. Pajala 14th. Robbo 15, Dark Lord 16, Operator 17, White Lion 18, and Goomba in P19. White Lion and Goomba not getting any times on the board. And didn't quite get to any instance, but there we go. So, we'll be heading into a sprint race. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, yeah, I've been tagged by Spreader. Just tell me you've got a 3-minute break. Okay, so any drivers listening, it's a 3-minute break. Before we go to a very rainy sprint race. Very, very wet sprint race, indeed. Someone smashed one of the braking boards into the stadium section that kept putting me off. Oh dear, Atkins. That's the moment where you wish you'd... Oh no, is that because you don't use line? Alright guys, I'm just going to grab myself a quick coffee and I'll be back. Okay, Atkins, no assist, so yeah, that would put you off. I've never thought of that before. Use the line. I suppose on an outlap or something, I could go around smashing all the braking boards off for anybody who doesn't. Give me an advantage. They'd probably still out-qualify me, but hey, give me an advantage. Would that be classed as cheating or just really bad driving? I don't know. So, should be approaching go time, but as you can see, very, very wet. It's a shame, actually. I hope it's not full for the 50% race, for the feature race, because it's just when it's raining around here, it can just take away from the racing a little bit, because the overtakes around here do rely a bit on, well, quite a lot actually, on DRS. So one light on, goes to green. Obviously formation lap first. Let's just check which wet tyres they are on. It's intermediate tyres, it's a bit better. If we get it. Ooh. Could we possibly have it dry out during a sprint race? Interesting, particularly if it does it around lap 9. Lap 9:10, if it starts to get dry around then. It's the old golden oldie of do I pit or do I stay out sort of scenario. So, Cammy then, Sergeant Kamarov will start the sprint race from pole position. Let's just remember, top 8 score points in the sprints. From 8 for P1, 7 for P2. Down to 8th position who gets 1 point. And then the rest is just for the qualifying, so effectively this is qualifying now. We've had the qualifying for the qualifying, and now we're doing qualifying. So just coming through the final corner then, see if we can get a decent. This Big D just has a little moment at the final corner. Where's he off to? So a few drivers getting disqualified for not reaching their pit boxes correctly, or stopping in their grid slots, I mean. We've just been held up a little bit then, but it's all good. Lights are out, we go, and look at Spreader get off the line. He's absolutely flown. Kamarov is bogged down, and that camera's useless now, can't see anything. As Big D looking to make his way up into P3 on Kamarov. Dark Mark ahead. Kamarov might actually be able to go around the outside of Dark Mark. Superb driving. Let's just quickly go down. Red Bull goes wide. More in a manner of being able to avoid other cars. We do have, I think, it's Gumba who's at the outside of the Haas there of Robbo, but Williams takes off track again. It does appear to be a ghosted car in the middle of all that. So Dark Lord's fallen to the back operator as well, down the ghosted car. Appears to be White Lion, still hasn't joined back. And I can't even select gamer card on there now, so nothing I can do on that. We've got a full track yellow. Taz has ended up at the back. Full track yellow then. No actual safety car coming out the pits, so it's a virtual safety car. I'll go back to the top. Oh, we've got a pillar. Dre is coming in. Just a wing change. No, it's a tyre change. What did he do? He's just put a new set of inters on. I can only assume he needed a new wing, but forgot to take it off of auto. Not changed it. So Finds the P9, got a bit of pressure from Dodi Kaka. But it's all getting a bit confusing now. I don't know who out of these are ghosting. Is it Shrek? Oh no, it's White Lion, isn't it? So it's all a bit confusing. The Mercedes looks like it is as well, though. Let me just go to Shrek. I can't invite him. Well, no, I can't because he's PlayStation. So I can't do anything to help get him in, I'm afraid, guys. Nothing I can do. Well, I think the bosses are going to have a word. We're having a word with White Lion. He left in qualifying. Snip down, Robbo. Oh, it's Ferrari off track. Oh, and there's contact. Operator hits the back of Gumba, and to be fair to Operator, I don't think he had anywhere to go. Gumba rejoined the track rather unsafely there. Right in front of Operator. I don't think he had anywhere to go. That's my first faults on that incident, but yeah, not Operator's fault at all there for me. Just, and I'm not even sure if it was Gumba's fault because I think he got out of shape and sort of, I'm not sure he actually had meant to rejoin in the way he did at all. That might be one for stewards. We'll have to see. At least it is only the qualifying effectively. And they will still be able to take part in the race. But as I said, we do have a full safety car. It's probably going to end up taking us to about halfway. We'll see if there's any change in weather. It doesn't look like it to me. That track looks far, far too wet for any change to slicks or anything. So I think it'll be a case of just retaining position for everyone. Because a real advantage of pitting for fresh intermediates, they wear so slowly, the inters and the wets. You wouldn't really have any advantage for doing that. So, oh, drive-through penalty from Mayhem, speeding under safety car. Oh, Mayhem. Gotten up to P7 as well. All that. It's, oh dear, just went a bit nutty, didn't it? It was me trying to work out the ghosted cars and... evening, Grezza. Hope you're well, mate. Just FYI, Grezza, we've got a couple of ghosted cars at the moment. White Lion left during qualifying, didn't come back. I invited him, now I can't invite him. And Shrek, who is PlayStation, so I can't invite him in anyway. Nothing I can do, unfortunately. And I think that's it. I think they're the only two. Yeah, it is just those two. Everybody else with us. So, it's looking, Taz is the 17th driver at the moment, so he's effectively at the back. He's got a delta thing on at the moment, just causing an issue. Yeah, going by the way he's having to slow down, I think he must have delta up still for some reason. Bit odd. I don't know why they'd have delta up. Nobody's in the pits, or in the pit lane. So we're effectively waiting for Taz. The AI spun. Oh, Shrek. No, he's back. He's solidified, he's back. I don't know how he got in, but he has, and he's back. Excellent news, but he spun in coming back. but at least he is back. That's the main thing. It's great news. I don't know what that penalty is for. Oh, it's a drive-through for Dre as well, so that's Mayhem and Dre that got drive-throughs. Let's just go to position change. But look at that, who's our biggest gainer? Biggest gainer is up 8 places, and it's an AI. It's the AI of White Lion. So in that case, we got joint biggest gainers are Davis and Mayhem. No, it's not Atkins, who is it? It's Dark Mark. Oh, Dark Mark looks like he's lost concentration under the safety car. He's ended up round. And that has dropped into P14. And he picked up a penalty for his troubles there as well, which was 5 seconds. Usually something you pick up for having made contact with someone else. Well, what we could do now, we can just move on, do the best he can from where he is. So that means Davis and Mayhem up 5 places now, but of course Mayhem has a drive-through. Down 11, Dark Mark now, be the biggest loser now. It's Dre as well, down 10, and of course he has a drive-through. So, what's going on? And I think this will be our last lap under safety car. I don't think it can actually do any more laps, so I think it would come in this lap regardless. As Dark Mark is into the pits, which makes sense, of course. He had a 5-second penalty, he can serve that in the pits. Oh, thanks, Grez, you got spread to invite him. Thank you. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't invite anyone in a moment on the EA Friends thing, because when I go into the EA to invite someone, no names are there. I can't find anyone. I search anyone, I can't do anything about it, so Taz appears to have done something here. So just catching up onto the back of the field, but now seems to have come to a dead stop. I don't know if the Delta's been silly or not, but the Dark Mark's going to catch back up comfortably, so everybody will be up to speed and racing. Say, we've got a couple of drive-throughs. I would imagine they want to take them straight away. So if another safety car is to come out, they want to be able to get back onto the back of him and actually be in the sprint race, whereas obviously there's the confirmation then from race control, safety car in this lap. And the spreader will get us going again from Kamarov. Back to that. So I wish we could have replays sometimes with safety cars are on and stuff like that. That'd be awesome. So when's he gonna go? He's leaving it late, and he goes there, and even that seemed a bit tentative, didn't it? Cameron's going to come under some pressure from Big D here. And that could well be a difference in downforce between the two. Cameron struggled on the start, but mind you, he did bog down on the start. Spreader, like you always, really, he just absolutely flew off the line. I got a yellow flag, and there's an Alfa Romeo. It's Dodi Kaka. Ah, Dodi was having a great time out there as well. It's all sorts of position changes. Kamarov is down to P11. And he's hit the Aston Martin then. I think that was Atkins. Oh, it's absolute chaos. Big D picks a 10-second time penalty up. So Big D's down there as well. So I can only assume that something's happened between Kamarov and Big D. And he's knocked them both all the way down. Goodness me. Dre served his drive-through. He's back at the back, but nowhere near as far off as he should be because of these incidents. Goodness me. all sorts happening. Don't care about White Lion. Atkins battling with Kamarov. Has Atkins got damage or something? Into the pits? No. He was up to P9 at one stage as Mayhem is in for his drive-through. Tried to switch to him, but messed it up. So, looks like Kamarov is back ahead of Atkins. And Big D ended up pitting, so he's down at the back now. Still in the pits, actually. Where did Mayhem come out? Oh, look at that. He's come out in P15. He's doing so well. Our biggest gainer. He was up in... Well, he must have been in P3 because he was ahead of Davis. So he must have been P3 for the moment there. Drops down to P15 to the drive-through. And that's on a... what is a reasonably short pit lane here. So just goes to show... What level have we put the AI on? Because it's absolutely flying, this AI. It's at a P5 now. At 13 places. Spreader must have put the AI up to 70. It's too high now. It's too high in the rain. Can't keep up with it. Taz and Dark Mark having a battle. Getting very close to the back of Dark Lord in the McLaren. And I think that Dark Lord's actually going to come into play there. I think Taz had to maybe back out slightly so as not to hit the back of him. And Taz is coming under pressure from Kamarov. There's too much going on at the moment because I can't watch all of it. It's a pretty good place to be at the moment, to be watching these guys. To be honest, not with that camera angle it ain't, no. It's better. So, look at those. Look at the top 7 currently. Up 1, up 3, up 7, up 8, up 13, up 8, up 9. Obviously, one of those is an AI, but so ignore them. But Rapid Pajala, P6, Dark Lord, P7. And why are they up there? Why have they managed to gain so many places? Well, it's because they kept it clean, guys. That's why. Kept it clean and stayed out of trouble. And now all of a sudden they're finding themselves in positions where they could nick a point or two, as Dark Mark with a tiny bit of a lunge there. It wasn't massive, but it was a little bit. Oh, Taz just keeps getting blocked off every time he moves to do something. Oh, Dark Mark's got the toe. He's got the toe, and this time he's got Dark Lord. Taz thinks about trying to follow through, but thinks better of it. Meanwhile, oh, little touch there from Taz on Dark Lord, but no harm done. And that's Kamarov in the Alpine, just can't do anything about it. Atkins behind him. We know Cam is pace, but when you're in this sort of train, there isn't a lot you can do other than really just keep putting laps in and keep, just don't make mistakes, basically. And inevitably, normally, somebody does make a mistake and you gain a place here and there. Just stick with it. Obviously, I'm not watching the guys at the very front because they're kind of out on their own. It's... This is the closest throughout the field, so Dre is close to the back of Dordy Kaka as well. As Cammy's having a look at Taz here through the stadium. Away from Cammy, plenty of room left from Taz though. Good little battle, and they're going to end up drag racing up the main straight. Taz moves onto the gearbox of Cammy to try and get the toe. And it's going to continue all the way into turn 1. Cammy seems to be able to break a bit later than Taz, and takes that place. So up to P9 in his recovery here, Kamarov. Just this lap and one more to go. And, meanwhile, a little bit further down, Dre has got past Doldy Kaka. Mayhem's recovered to P12 now, so he's gained 3 places back. So, you can see Cammy's speed, can't you? You can see the pace he's got, where he just glides up to the back of the McLaren. But, oh, gonna see if we can make a move down here. Be careful. He actually makes that stick brilliant. These conditions, though, you're taking your race into your own hands every time you make a move like that. You can understand him doing it. Ultimately, he wants to be on the podium at the end of the feature race, so the higher he can make his way back up, the more chance he's got of doing that. Oh, finally, someone's actually caught and overtaken the AI of White Lion. Must be drying up a little bit for him to be able to keep up with the AI. I think, guys, probably going to need to switch to spreader as he's heading into the stadium. Huh? Oh no. Setting off fireworks. It's the sprint race. Don't set off fireworks. That's for the main race. Rain comes spreader. Absolute rain king. King of starts. So they start. For me, start is one in that sprint. 27.2 fastest lap at the end. Don't make any difference though. Ollie Champ though in a fantastic P2, up 3 places in the sprint. Up 7 Davis, superb. Fatal Defiance P4, up 8 places. Dark Mark ends up 4th actually, because Fatal Defiance had a penalty. So Fatal Defiance ends up 5th. Kami 6th. Bloomin' AI, I think we want to see if we... Well, there's nothing you can do unless you do a restart the lobby. You can't get rid of it. It's annoying. Pajala, P8, superb from him, up 6 places. Taz, where he started, in P9. It's a solid job. Dark Lord up 6 places as well to P10. Atkins 11. Mayhem, so unfortunate to pick up that drive-through. This is P12. I'll just confirm the rest. Driver of the day goes to the AI. I don't think so, mate. Don't give driver of the days for sprint races anyway. So there we go. Mayhem P12, Dre 13, Doldy Kakan 14, Shrek 15. Obviously wasn't with us right at the start, but they managed to get him back. So thanks for doing that, Greza and Spreader. Robo 16, Big D 17. And Goomba and Operator unfortunately came together. I don't think there was too much fault there. I think Goomba lost control and unfortunately came back onto track right in front of Operator, who couldn't avoid him. I usually get the instance for you guys, but unfortunately it doesn't let you see them on a sprint, so I don't think it let me see them for the race either, Greza. There's not anything I can do about that, mate. It's basically a glitch, I suppose. Right, guys, so we've got our usual break now, so about 5 minutes, and it looks like we're dry. I'm so glad we're dry for the main feature race. It lends to much better racing, in my opinion. As I say, this track does rely heavily on DRS to be able to make overtakes, so hopefully that's in our favour as viewers. So look forward to this. As I said, it's going to be a break now, guys. I'm just going to take a quick rest and get another coffee, and I'll be back. I'm also going to change my batteries. How is your tail up like that? Are we comfy? Ooh. Comfy for your tail. Like that. That's your stick. Yeah. Rank yourself like that. Nice place for your tail. Put your tuxedo on. You've got tuxes. Alright guys, I'm back. Just going to do a little sound test. I just need to make sure you can hear me because I've changed my batteries. Alright guys, I'm back. Just going to do a little sound test. I just need to make sure you can hear me because I've changed batteries. Excellent, you can. Superb. Right, not counting down yet. Time's to go time. Yeah, okay, spreader. That's fine by me. It is 9:26, so. So, Here we go then, there's the countdown, I was expecting it. Oh, I'm seeing that Shrek has put that when he rejoined after getting the invite, his tyres were like well, he's talking in Fahrenheit, but in centigrade as us normal people talk. It's he was doing the old -7 or whatever it is that it keeps putting it on. It's probably spun. So away we go for another formation lap then. Here's the predicted strategy, hard to medium. Well, it works extremely well as the hard to medium around here, I'm not going to lie. There is a few drivers starting on softs, but amazingly the drivers further down the field. So Robbo, Goomba, Operator all starting on soft tyres. Other than that, Spreader's starting on the mediums. Ollie's gone with the hards. Davis on mediums. Dark Marks mediums. Fate of Defiance hards. Good usual for him. Kamarov's on mediums. He wants to get through the field and up onto chasing Spreader as quickly as he can, I expect. White Line doesn't matter. Still not with us. I could try sending him an invite again, guys, if you want, but well, not if you want, I'll just do it. But as you can see, his gamer card is greyed out, so I can't do it. Which I think means he's switched off, so we will want to know why. So we'll see if the soft guys are intending on doing a two-stop. So it's definitely 100%. This is a track that you can make a two-stop work around here. There's no doubt about that. And as it's too late for anyone to change their strategies, what I can tell you is you can actually make a soft to medium work around here as well. One stop. But I know this because I did it. So it definitely works. I've got a podium for it as well. So P2. So, Champy and Fatal Defiance have been disqualified for not landing in their grid slots properly. If you could just see down to Fatal Defiance, Aston Martin there, just there. Look how far back in the grid slot he is, look. Long way. And, Ken Spreader just launches and he might as well be a second up already. Goodness me. Cammy just got off to a good start and to get past Dark Mark. Certainly what sounded like some sort of contact going on somewhere, but couldn't see anything. As Aston Martin, I think, Fatal Defiance running wide out of turn 3. It's a very small gap to get cars through the first 3 turns. It's always a bit of a mayhem here at Mexico. Pretty much every track is, to be fair, but Mexico is one of the harder ones, I think, to get everybody through. So it looks like we have. Nobody's actually fallen off the back, so everybody has gotten through okay. That's just spread out. Is 1.8 up. No doubt he was a second ahead before he even reached turn 1. But look, Cammy already trying to make a move on Davis. Very aggressive driving from Cammy at the moment. Aggressive but fair, mind. I'm not suggesting for 1 second he's not, but I think he just knows that he can't let Spreader get too far ahead if he's going to beat him this evening even. So, yeah, he's caned his energy, hasn't he? Kamarov, he went down to 30%. Just getting a little bit of lag going on there. It's looking elsewhere as well, but I think it's our most likely battle. This camera's going to send us up the inside. He makes the corner. Davis defends, and yeah, trying a bit of contact that time. but no issue there. Door will always close if you're not ahead, actually properly ahead when you come through turn 4. You may as well give it back going into turn 5 because it's almost impossible to get 2 cars through there. So at the moment, Kamarov knows when he gets into a straight, you can still see Spreader quite clearly, and this time he does get ahead of Davis, as Cody's gives me the worst camera angle in the world for it, but oh, safety car. Oh, we've lost Big D in Sector 2. Through the twists and turns of Sector 2, Big D is out. Oh, what a shame. Been in some great form in recent races. Mexico, just not to be for Big D today, as 2 of the soft tyre starters are in. So Robbo and Operator both into the pits, which makes complete sense. Robbo going to hard tyres, Operator going to mediums. It's way too early to be considering going to the end even on the hard tyres. It's not advisable from here. So I don't envisage seeing any other drivers coming in. Gumbo would be the potential one, because he also started on the softs, but need, to be honest. So let's see what people think. Oh, no comments. Feel free to comment, guys, if you want to. It's an AI. So many nerves. Well, no real surprise to see Ollie dropping a couple of places down to P4. It's always a struggle. The first 2-3 laps on hard tyres are always a bit of a struggle, so they start to sort of come in themselves. Dark Lord is dropping down. He's been round in the castle section, and he drops to P17. Is he going to pit? Nope. He's going to continue on. So, just waiting for Robbo to catch up at the moment. Spreader side by side with the safety car. Safety car looks like he's going to have him down to turn 4. Yeah, Spreader done by the safety car down to turn 4. Straight line speed of that safety car is just way too much for him. It's there we go. Just a shout out for any Sky Glass or Sky, whatever the other one is, customers out there. Don't forget, press the red button, you can watch the live race alongside the highlights at the same time. Superb technology they have these days. Sky Q, that's it. Sky Glass and Sky Q. I knew it was there somewhere in the back of my mind. It's out there for Dodie and Robbo. They love it. So, Spreader's going to lead us away. Why are we doing another... Oh no, we're not doing another lap. The safety car is in. Spreader will lead us away, all a bit tight. And, that mark. He's going to run on Ollie. He's not... Oh, is that Cammy? Oh, just no straight line on the restart. Taz is just quietly like a ninja coming up the inside. And up to P4 he goes. What a restart from Taz. Oh, so Cammy's back there again. He's on the inside. There's a bit of lagging going on. But, Kamarov does get P4 back off of Taz. But a very nice restart from Taz. Great run up the inside. That's turn 1. And most importantly, made the corner as well. So didn't have any incident or anything like that. So Dre's dropping down. He's had a spin in coming out the final part of sector 2. Such fastest lap. Very early doors for that. It's had to come down another 2 to 3 seconds at least, I would have thought. As Fatal Defiance is into the pits. So, hear that there was some sort of contact on the restart for Fatal to come in. Yeah, as you can see, new front wing going on. So definitely was some sort of contact somewhere. Cammy is back up into P3. So normal service resumed at the moment. If, back in a situation of Cammy trying to get past Davis so that he can get onto the back of Spreader as soon as he can again. It's all happening again. I've got deja vu. Taz. So what's happened to Taz? He is round. He sets a 2. Gets going again. Let's just keep it going ahead of Operator. I think put Operator off a little bit there. But he is back going again, but it drops him down to P15. Dark Lord and Goomba going at it. DRS enabled, but of course it won't be here. They won't have it here, so it's just one big train again at the moment. It's Robbo gets ahead of Shrek. Dark Lord looks like he's going to come out in the lead of this pack then, but he needs to. Oh, and I think is that no, I think it was Shrek. He's dropped the P16. Must have been Shrek. Well, there is a yellow flag heading into the sector. Oh, Shrek got a. That was his third warning. Just picks up 3 seconds. Sure who that yellow flag was for. I can't see any obvious ones that have dropped places here. Oh yes I can. Cammy. He's down to P8. And side by side with Dodi Kaka. Both have got DRS. That yellow flag was actually Cammy. He dropped down. So he's down to P8 and on the back of Atkins. He ends up off track. Sorry, it's lagging really badly for me. On my screen, that. Gets back onto the track. I didn't see any contact. I don't think there was any contact between the drivers. It's having a hard time, and he's just letting people through now. He's got both end plates, so he's not missing any end plates or anything like that. I don't know if he's got any other sort of damage on the car though. But it's certainly been a Mexico to forget tonight so far for Cat. Oh, look at that car, it's absolutely sliding all over. Yes, I think we might be on the way to seeing a retirement. Just can't keep it going straight. It's he's got damage. when he calls the yellow flag to come out and sets a 2 up, but it must have been, he must have had contact. I would assume his rear wings made contact with a barrier or something like that, and he's currently nursing a broken rear wing, would be my guess. But yeah, that may well be a retirement in the moment, guys. We'll see if he does. Does mean it's Ollie back into P3. Rapid Pajala driving P4 at the moment. Superb stuff from him. And we have, yes, Cammy again in sets of 3 through the stadium this time, and at 100% he's going to retire that car. Yeah, into the pits he comes, and there we go, tires from the session. So that's a shame. That is a shame. Doesn't look like anyone else has got the pace at the moment to take the battle to master spread. So, although at the same time, Spreader can't sort of rest on his laurels though, because he's got Ollie on the hards on his first stint, and he's only about 5 seconds behind. So, which is nothing. So, yeah, I don't think Spreader can just on his laurels for the victory here. Goomba is in. It's definitely not one stopping. So you can do a soft to medium, but I think you need to do a few more laps on the softs. Actually, what is it? 27 laps? Nah, you could probably get to the end on mediums. So they will be pretty much, well, yeah, not pretty much. They will be dead by the end. But you can do it. So just whether you fancy nursing the car home like that, whether you'd rather be sort of driving it, attacking with it. You've got a little freeway battle going on here. Stray, Shrek, and Operator. So Operator gets a 3 seconds that time. Scored points in his debut last week. Operator. Good start. Had a tough time today so far. Was doing alright actually, wasn't he, in a sprint and then spin or something? I can't remember actually. I think it was a spin. Drops him down to towards the back. So, Dynamite, by the way, has got past Pajala. I think might just nip back up, guys. You've got this little battle. Yeah, no, let's just watch Shrek here, see if there's anything he can do about Dre. No, not on this occasion. Huge, huge lock-up. Where's that flat spot? It's got to be one somewhere. To say, let's just go back up to Wally, because he is really putting Davis under some pressure now as those hards are coming to him a bit now. So, let's say Spreader's not exactly, you know, whether he's just taking it easy or not, Spreader, I don't know, but the gap's only 6 seconds now, so, you know, he's not exactly flying, is he? He's not flying out in front. So, going by the quali though, you would think that if he was put under some sort of pressure, he's probably got an extra gear. You struggle to get past Ollie if you do that though. He's absolutely destroyed his ERS there, and I don't know why people do that. They use their ERS to the point where they're at 0%. It's so much slower to do that. At least turn it off when it's on like 3% or something, so that you at least get the standard rate of ERS going through it. So you can see the way ERS is going up. You do actually get quite a bit back around Mexico, so it might suit Ollie. So we're still in the point where the mediums are doing all right. They're not. It's not as if the hards are particularly superior yet. So he might be better off here, you know, and it's used some more again there. I just feel he might be better off just driving around in the DRS of Davis and building that energy back up. And once he's back up to maybe something like 30% or something, then have a go. So, fortunately for us, doesn't look like that's materialising into a battle at the moment. That was just Dre getting past the AI. Saz here might have, well, not might, he's definitely got a run on the McLaren. Not even needing to use energy as he goes right to left to right. As an attacker, you're allowed to do that. Defender isn't. So, Saz, oh goodness me, what's going on? So I got a feeling there's a bit of lagging going on, guys. I'm not entirely sure how much Dark Lord knew that Taz was there then. So Taz a little bit jumpy on my screen. He's not the only one, so. Oh, that's Taz! Round amazingly. He's not taking him out of the race, but looked like quite a hefty impact onto the wall. And he's lost an end plate, but no, nothing worse. So he'll be able to continue, but he will need to pit. I don't fancy going through sector 2 here without an end plate on your car. Dre has caught the back of Dark Lord now. And that should be done. It's pretty much passed before they even hit DRS. He's not the only one coming through. Look at Shrek. He's having a go as well. Dark Lord moves to the inside, but on this one he's just going to have to accept that one. It's the power of DRS in Mexico. It is a huge long pit straight, isn't it? Home straight. Oh, and I think Mayhem may have had a bit of mayhem there. He's recovered from it, and I can't see any obvious damage on the car. He just lost the one place to Atkins. But it was definitely a yellow flag, and he's the only one that lost a place, so I assume it was him. There's Ollie going. He's on 16% now. He's using it again. And look, he's already down to 4%, 3%, 2%, 1%, and he's on 0. Which means he's got no power going through that car, and like electrical wise. It's, just needs to learn that, I think. That's clearly a very, very good driver, but he certainly needs to learn a bit of ERS management. If he does watch this back, don't take offence to that, Ollie. It's just a bit of a constructive criticism. Track can't get close enough on this occasion. Dre doing what he often ends up doing. He actually had a decent qualifying this week. He's had some difficult qualifyings recently, and then all of a sudden he sticks a good one in there, which he has done tonight. But still finding that he's having to make his way through the field again. There's no doubt in his pace. He's got very good pace, this Dre. Just, I don't know. Seems to consistently, I don't know, I have to say, he does definitely have good pace. It's on the hards here, mine, so he's not doing too bad at the moment. P9. He's making his way through. Next up the road for him is Dordy Cacao, so he needs to lose Shrek first, but also on the hards, so very similar in that sense. Dark Mark into the pits. And he switches to hard tyres. So 15 laps on the mediums for Dark Mark. And the undercut's definitely king around here. There's no doubt about that. So anyone who was around him won't want to give him too many laps. Although, obviously Ollie definitely won't be pitting yet. He's right on the back again of Davis here. So if you're looking at doing a one-stop, obviously the mediums are now coming towards the end of their stints. But I assure you, the mediums... Oh, no, Ollie! Oh, Ollie. There's a risk on that corner. It is always a risk if you put your tyre in the wrong place. Oh, as Atkins nips past there. I didn't notice with another driver because they're ghosted. They do sometimes just fling themselves round no matter who's coming. I think even when it's ghosting, you should be following. You know, oh, look at that as well. Davis is pitting. That hurts Ollie because it just means that there was no need for him to be fighting Davis because he was about to pit in away. And I think it was fighting Davis and trying his best to stay as close to the back of him as he could. That's led to that spin for him, unfortunately. But not the only one in. Davis, Atkins in, Dudikaka's in, Dirt Lord's in. Pit stops happening. Pretty much looks like the vast majority of the field is on a one stop here. So no surprises, but a bit of a shame for us. The only one that may not be, well, Fatal got forced into a pit stop, so he might not be. And Goomba. Another one. And Taz maybe. But, yeah, none of the top guys look like they're going to try 2 stops, so it's a bit of a shame. Would have been nice to see a different strategy in play. At the board a little bit. As Davis retires. Oh, he's crashed out in exactly the same place that Ollie spun. And that's a safety car, isn't it? Yeah, that's a full safety car. Oh, all the medium drivers still out there will be in. Well, I say all the medium drivers still out there will be in. The hard drivers need to come in as well. There's no point staying out now. This isn't a bad time for them at all. So who comes out where then? So Dartmark had already pitted, and he does make his way up into P2, so it has worked out for him, Dartmark. So that is an undercut for him. It's played... Well, in fact, it's really played well for him, hasn't it? He's up to P2, genuinely. So the undercut was working incredibly well for Dartmark. Pajala comes out P3, is in P4. So early doors... He's the man to look out for, along with Dre, who's somehow going out in P6 after all that on fresh mediums. There are some switches to softs, some not... Well, one's an AI, so ignore them. Robbo... One's a softs, I'm not entirely sure the reasoning behind that. But, you're not stupid, Davis. Just lost it. Ah, Cammy, it was rear wing damage. Yeah, that's what I said. I thought it might have been the way the car was spinning. Like it was spinning in a way that made it look like you had like gigantic amounts of oversteer. Which I guess you would if you got a broken rear wing. But yeah. So yeah, unlucky guys, you two. Certainly gave us some good entertainment, the pair of you, for the race you did do. Yeah, I know, Davis. Yeah, I'm literally the lap before I was on with Ollie Champ. He spun in the exact same place. And he probably didn't do much different to what he's done in the other lap, to be honest. It just seems that you can be fine for 2 laps, and then one lap you seem to be in the same place, but it doesn't like it and spins you around. Yeah, you two had a nice little battle early on. Yeah, the only thing I'd say for Ollie there, Davis, I think he was trying so hard to stay on the back of you so that he could get a move done on the straight. That I think that's why he ended up spinning in that place. And then, of course, you pitted the end of that lap anyway, so it didn't matter. You didn't need to stay on the back of you because you were pitting anyway, but he didn't know that. But anyway, this safety car is going to be a little while yet. Taz. Not that far behind, but obviously ain't going to make it for this lap, so it's definitely going to do at 20 under safety car. Should come in the end of that lap. So, right, let's get back to the broadcast. Well, I'm not. I'll say it again. I'm not entirely sure why Robbo switched to the softs. White Lion has because it's an AI and stupid. But Robbo, I'm not entirely sure, is thinking behind that. Yeah, Davis. I don't think I blame the hard tyres. I just think I don't know. I don't know, mate. That curve is an absolute nightmare. I must admit, during races, I tend to avoid it. That particular one. You know, and obviously when you're racing someone, you don't tend to do that, but you have it. Safety car in this lap then. So, Spreader will lead us away. This time from Dark Mark. He's up there again, isn't he? He's doing alright recently, is our Dark Mark. I think he actually said to me, I doubt you'll be speaking to me on the podium next week. That's what he said to me last week, I'm sure he did. And here I am, and he's in P2. Obviously, 16 laps to go yet, but Jala looks like he's got a little run on him. Yes, indeed, Darkmark goes to defend from the outside, which should give him the inside of turn 2. And Jala sits in behind in the end. And, probably sensible, I think. So, I tell you what, Pajala looks like he's got some straight line speed, doesn't he? Oh, Wally. Come on, lad. Want no room there. Oh, definitely want no room there. Starting each other's race there, guys. Oh dear. Atkins going to get past. Surely Pajala's not going to recover that without losing a place. Oh, and contact again. Oh, and that's the end of the race for Pajala. Well, that wasn't the prettiest, I'm not going to lie. That was not the prettiest bit of racing between Pajala and Ollie. Or, I think that was Atkins and Ollie. Yeah, Atkins and Pajala after that. Not the prettiest bit of racing, I'm not going to lie. There's sometimes things go right, and that was one of them. Right, so another safety car. Well, Robbo's in again, so is the AI. That was a nice short stint on Sauce. It's just medium or hards, guys, whichever ones you got. Yeah, mediums. Why didn't you do that in the first place? I don't understand that. There you are. Robbo's not an AI, is he? He's not. Yeah, Robbo's definitely with us. Sure he would be. So, obviously we had the sprint race, so the drivers do have 2 sets of mediums available. I had forgotten that actually. So yeah, the drivers will have 2 sets of mediums available to them today. Sprint race was intermediates all the way through, so yeah, I don't know why I'm watching the AI. It's quick. I don't normally do this. Let's have a quick gander at the penalties. I'm just wondering if there's anyone. Yeah, look at operator. He's on 14 seconds. That's not ideal for him. He could pit and get rid of 5 of those. So you still have the 9 seconds, but it's a lot better than 14. So, and just use tires again. Yeah, well, he's on hards as well. So, well, I don't know. Operator, surely you would pit, get rid of 5 seconds worth of penalties, and go to a fresh set of mediums. Use both sets, both compounds already. In the 3 places that you'd lose, one of them's an AI, so you're only actually losing 2. The Robbo and Ollie, who are going to be all over you anyway, with you being on hards, them on fresh mediums. I would definitely give up the places for a fresh set of mediums here if I was operator. Just make sure you don't speed into the pit lane and ruin the reason why you're stopping. Obviously, he's not going to be able to do that if the safety car comes in, which it may well do. Ollie is not... Well, yeah, I mean, Ollie's approaching turn 4 safety car. The back of the safety car has only just gone through turn 5, so he's going to be on the back of it. So actually, unfortunately for operator, I don't think he's going to get the opportunity now. So there's confirmation. Safety car in this lap, so Spreader once again will lead us away from Dark Mark. Atkins now in P3. Doherty Carcad's back up to P4. Where I'm going to choose a drive from today, but perhaps I'll give it to White Lion. I'll give it to the AI. So away we go. Does anybody get a run this time? I feel like Doherty had too bad a restart, to be fair. Cat. Ooh. Yeah, Shrek's spun round. He came out of turn 1 and really went across the track. I think not realising there was a car there, and he's ended up spinning because of it. So, yeah, I'm afraid, for me personally, that was a bit of a lack of awareness going on. So, I know, operator I think's had a spin or something. Drops down 2 places. No, actually, maybe not spin. Just struggling a bit on the hards, perhaps. So, well, you could take a wild stab at any of these and they could be overtake anywhere on the field at the moment. So it's a bit difficult to know who to watch, but do my best to catch any overtakes that I can. Oh, Doherty. And look, I'm sure Doherty caught the barrier a little bit there. I don't think he's damaged the car, but it's going to give Dre a chance to run it in. What is making contact on, guys? Come on. So, Dre at the inside into turn 1. Not able to come back at him there, Doherty. And that is P4 for Dre. Mayhem puts himself up 3 seconds. So, again, lots and lots of battles going on. Truthfully, I think our best chance of an overtake at the moment is probably down at the back. It's just happened, I think. Shrek's gotten ahead of Operator there. Looked like Operator put up too much of a battle. So, race control, confirming DRS now enabled. So they won't have it up the straight this time. So, Dark Lord used to have a pretty good run on Taz. I'm afraid he's struggling a bit tonight on his connection, Taz. They say though he's not the only one out there that is. But yeah, there's contact there, and I'm really not. I honestly think that's probably because of the poor connection. Because someone's jumping about like that. You're trying to go through a tight sequence of corners, and a car's jumping about, and you can't know where they are. It's just impossible. So I used to have serious internet problems when I very first started league racing about 11 months ago now, and I used to just give up on battles because I knew on their screen I'd be jumping around and it just wasn't fair. So I used to just back out the battles. Eventually I'd find myself in a place where I'd be on my own and I'd just carry on. But, until I got better connection, I could battle now. So, to be fair to Taz, he's not normally like that. He's not always like that. And so he's not the only one. Dre, this time we'll have DRS and it's going to be easy. So, moves into P3. Ideally, we'd just like to try and stay on the back of Dre if we can, and leech his DRS if he's able to. So far then, Dark Mark very much staying with Spreader. Zolly picks up 3 seconds. He's back up to P9 at the moment. Thank you, Pajala. No worries, man. Thank you very much for the... I don't know what they call gems. I don't know. Channel points. I don't know. But thank you ever so much, Pajala. Taz connection is dreadful tonight. Yeah, I thought he was. It's as I say, usually if someone's jumping around on my screen, it's the same for the drivers out there. So he's definitely not the only one out there, though. I've noticed a couple of others, but perhaps not as bad. Dre sticks in the fastest lap of the race, quickly followed by Ollie Champ. Mayhem makes a move on Dawdy Carcat. He gets up the inside. Obviously, Dawdy in that. Well, not just Dawdy, but anybody on hards at the moment. Still going to be finding they're a little bit underpowered compared to the medium guys, I think. It's. Yeah, it should be getting pretty close to a crossover with the highs and the mediums, but I don't know. I think so. Yeah, let me start that again. Yeah, I think they've done quite a few laps under safety car, haven't they? So I expect that the mediums got a bit more than the usual amount of tyre life in them. As I said, I raced here in Arc a bit earlier in the season, and I one-stopped from soft to medium, and the mediums were fine. They got to the end with ease. So they really shouldn't I don't think they will particularly reach a point where they're struggling. And that is Mayhem, I believe, that's rounding Williams. And look at Mayhem waits until everybody is passed, despite the fact he's ghosted, and that is what everybody should be doing. Not spinning around in front of another car, it's just not right to do. He's into the pits. And that is a retirement, so maybe slightly different. So, don't know what caused the spin, if there was a contact there. Oh, what's start Mark done? He hadn't done anything, that was the lag on my side. I'm suffering with lag now. I shouldn't have said anything. Oh, they are called bits. Yes, of course they are. Thank you, Jala. I still think they look like gems though. Should call them gems. They're bits. Bits. What game is it that uses bits? Is that? See, it's bits for its coinage, currency. So I don't quite know why we're sat watching Dark Mark. Spreader has just brought out a bit of a lead now. When I think, oh, there's one that's close, and I go to it, and it's the blooming AI. Operator picking up another 3 seconds. It's really racking up the pens tonight. People do have their tracks where they struggle keeping it penalty free, don't they? Mine's always been Canada. I hate Canada. Just the track, by the way, if there's any Canadians out there listening, I love Canadians and I love the country. I just don't like the track. Let's go to Ollie. He's having a look on the outside of Fatal Defiance. It's out of that one. Here he goes. Really, I'm sure Fatal hasn't got PRS, has he? So, will he have enough tarmac? Gonna go to the inside. Fatal sticks to the outside, and I think he's gonna get this done. Ollie. Off he goes. So up into P6 again, and obviously, as you saw, it's the double DRS, isn't it? The dreaded double DRS, DDD, triple D. Top 4 all space. Well, in fact, top 5 spacing out nicely. The battle's sort of from Dawdy down, really, at the moment. But we are approaching the latter stages. So, let's bring up the penalties then. I know not everyone's a fan of seeing the penalties. Not myself, actually. I'd rather leave it to the end. But, yeah, so Ollie's picked up 12 now, which obviously, ultimately, is going to hurt him on the end of this race. It is going to drop him down. Remember, top 15 score points, so White Lion isn't really there. There's only 13 runners still going, because White Lion has been in AI since qualifying. I mean, qualifying, not a sprint, but qualifying. So, yeah, it's just a 13 running. So everybody finishes tonight will score points. battle coming on here. Just seeing if Robbo... See, this little DRS zone, it's not really built for overtaking. You get the occasional move down into here, but it's more about just getting onto the back of that car in front so that you've got a chance on the main straight. You always tend to drop off a little bit through this stadium section, but not on this occasion actually for Robbo. And this should be as comfortable as they come. Overtakes. Through he goes, up inside, and I think just not going to be able to come back on that one. That is a clean overtake, but as you can see on the left-hand side there where the penalties are, Fatal with 3 seconds less at the moment than Robbo, so potentially might get the position back that way. Shrek and Goomba side by side, fighting through. Really tough part of the track to be fighting like that through, but they've and good little battle. It ends up with Shrek in P9. Oh, and Goomba's round, and he's lost his front wing. He's not out. He's still. Well, he'll be able to recover it round to the pits, but it is gonna ruin his race, unfortunately. But obviously will still score points as long as he takes it to the end. But should be getting out of the way here, really. He's not got a front wing. Should be getting out of the way of the 2 cars behind. It's affecting their race, and it's got damage. So we got a safety car. We've got a full track yellow, and it is a safety car. It's a full safety car. That must have come out a while ago. Sorry, guys, I missed that completely. I hadn't realised that. Well, in that case, Goomba didn't need to let anybody through. My apologies to him. And he can get his way and get back onto the front. He did pick himself up an extra 3 seconds during that, though. It won't make it as easy for him to pick up places. But with a 23 seconds to Operator, 12 to Ollie, Dark Lord. There's definitely going to be some position changes at the end. We might see somebody else nick fastest lap now as well. I think Ollie's the last. I think Ollie is the last I saw. No, Spreader's picked it up at some point. I missed him. It's 19.265. But you would certainly imagine that even Dark Mark's pitted for fresh mediums this close to the end. That's a bit surprise. Yeah, as I say though, should see new fastest lap from somebody on fresh tyres at some point here. As we get going, they're just going to have the 2 laps, of course. Let's get up to the front. This is Atkins currently in P3. Oh my word. Fast Stray there. Stray picks himself up an extra 4 seconds, which is going to hurt. Still on the back of Atkins. Doherty there as well. Has less penalties, so he's got a great to a podium here. Doherty, what's going on here? Let's go back to the broadcast council to see. Oh, that's Doherty, Kaka, and Operator. Both in the same place. They're completely different ends of the, like position-wise, they're in completely different parts of the track. So never lose the session. So what's going on there between Taz and Doherty? I think Taz might have been told to give the place back because they were actually technically under yellow flag at the time. But the leaders in a way onto the final lap. Spreader 3 seconds up the road. Atkins still in P2. He's penalty free. At the moment, you'd say that Dark Mark this is all sorts going on here. Goodness me. I do think there might be a shout from the boss men this week about driving standards, you know. It's not been the worst I've ever seen, it's just... I don't know, it's just sometimes a bit of patience. Solve everything. That Mark will need to... Oh, why is he... Sort of looked like he backed out of that to me. And Ollie's ran wide. That's probably going to cost Dark Mark a podium here. Well, it is going to cost Dark Mark a podium, so... he'll go up to P4, but I think Dre's going to hold on to the P3. As Spreader then comes out the final corner. It all sorted itself out of the line in a way, but Spreader out the final corner and wins the Mexican Grand Prix. Dre crossed the line in P2, but is dropped to P3. Atkins P2. Dark Mark P4. White Lion, who was AI, so ignore him. Shrek ended up into P6. Dodi Kaka P7. Taz P8. Ollie P9. Goomba P10. Robbo 11. Dark Lord 12. And Fatal Defiance in the end in P13, but smashed the ball before crossing the line. I don't know why he did that, bit silly. It's Game Awards Shrek Driver of the Day, I think. I don't know, I think I'll probably give it to Spreader, to be honest. He's the only one I can actually remember not being involved in any sort of incidents. One of the only penalty frees. Atkins as well. Fair play to him as well, but Spreader was the only one that sort of just minded his own business, really, out of the front. I forget we will. Well, this loading screen ever moves on. Oh, it has finally. There we go. Spreader comes out. Celebrate his win. So we had some good battles in that race. We did have some good ones there in amongst it all, but ultimately, expect the race's standards in PRF1 to be higher than that. It's brilliant league, and that wasn't the best on display tonight, so it's a bit of a shame, but never mind. These things happen. They can't all be brilliant. It's just the nature of it. Unfortunately, we'd love it if it could all be brilliant, but it's just not the way it works. So, oh, I'm not getting a results screen tonight. Oh, lovely. Oh, sorry about that, Grezza, but I didn't even get a results screen. Let's get Grezza in. Sorry, Spreader in. So invite Spreader and Atkins and Dre on it. Oh, Dre's disappeared. Hello. I don't even know if I've got Dre on my friends list.
Hello.
Hello.
I got him.
Ah, cool. Cheers, man. Don't forget to include your audio, guys.
Yeah, just done it, mate.
Awesome. Just see if Spreader can get Dre in. There's Dre. Excellent. Okay. Dre, if you could just include your audio, please, buddy. All good? Yeah. Dre? Dre, you there, mate? can't hear you.
He is though. He is
Yeah,
strong.
I barely heard something then, but all right. Well, let's try and do it anyway. Anyway, Dre, P3 for you in the end, man. A bit of a hectic race. Would say you were. I think you probably occupied every position on the track at some point during that. Was it an enjoyable race from your point of view? Good, good. Well, ultimately P3. Great championship, and it's, I think second time I think you've been on the podium. So starting to rack them up, and there's no doubt about it. You've got some pace in you, so hopefully at some point we'll be able to see you fighting spreader at the front, maybe. But you know, it's you did really well, man. Congratulations, Atkins. Want to come to you, my friend. Congratulations, P2. Again, a bit like Dre. Actually, I think you were pretty much occupied most positions on the track at some point. But I think that was, you probably say that for most of the field. But yeah, no. The thing is, you kept clean. You kept penalty free, and you've ended up with a P2. You were in the right place at the right time, and so from your side of things, is that very much how it went? Or,
Yeah, to be honest, I ain't really got much to say. I mean, like you said, no penalties. There was accidents happening left, right, and centre. Um, Not that it affected me. There was a few dive bombs I see by other people. Yeah, it's just a case of keeping out of trouble, and then everything was happening in front. People were spinning off, and then just gain places from it. And then towards the end, I just had to keep within 3 seconds of people around me and that, and
yeah,
here I am in second, really. But yeah, as for the sprint race, that was a nightmare.
yeah. Yeah, obviously the different weather, intermediates all the way through that, and um, it's a different kettle of fish. It makes a big difference not having DRS on Mexico. Obviously you've got the huge long straight, but when you don't have DRS, it's not so easy to make an overtake at all. Um,
It's a weird one. Like DRS on this track, you would think it would be quite effective, but it's not.
oh, I don't
I
know.
find that I find if someone's got DRS behind, if you're using ERS, they really struggle to make the move. But it's regaining ERS that I find the problem is.
Yeah,
Like for the majority of the race, I didn't have a lot. I was just trying to keep about 40% there, but just in case I needed it. But yeah, trying to get it back was not good.
yeah. Okay, well, congratulations, mate, on P2 for being penalty free as well. I think it was just the two of you that were penalty free. So, we'll come to our race winner then. And am I crowning you champion tonight? We can't have that many late. It's got to be pretty
Not
close,
yet.
hasn't it?
No.
It's got to be really close, actually. It might be
There is
next
a
week. Um,
few races left yet.
yeah, there's still plenty of races left, but I don't know. That gap's getting a bit big, mate, and it's either next week or the week after. I think if you win them again. But in a way, you've won today. There's not much to say, mate. I mean, you absolutely flew off the start line on both starts. Um, I think that was huge in the sprint race, and the fact that Cammy dropped down um, made things a bit easier for you. But you've come through, you've won it, you stay penalty free. You're my driver today. It was only between you and Atkins, if I'm honest, and I've gone for yourself. So, um, congratulations. What do you want to add?
Uh, yeah, thank you. It was a great race, like you said. We got the job done in the sprint, really. I knew Cameron had a bit more pace than me here, but I was like, as soon as it was wet, and I'd have to get in front of him. And luckily for me, didn't have cleanest of
Mm,
races today. We got caught in an incident or two, so
yeah,
that helped me out a bit. And don't get me wrong, I mean that Dartmouth were pushing me at the end as well, and then Atkins gave me a little push on as well.
Yeah.
And then he got into a battle with it, so I was able to relax a bit then the last couple of laps. So, no, it was still tough, you know what I mean? Even though I had a bit of a lead, you still can't relax because one mistake through the sector two of that track and you're done for no matter what you've got. So,
Exactly. Yeah. 100%. So, um, um, but yeah, certainly from a spectator's point of view, mate. I mean, it looked like a almost as straightforward as it could be, apart from the late safety car, really. You know, and as you said, to be fair to Dark Mark, he did keep up with you pretty well. And then I'm not sure why Mark pitted. That
I
confused me a
think he
little
went
bit.
for softs. I mean, if he did have the softs, he would have more than likely been on the back of me at some
Yeah,
stage before the end. I would have put money on him catching me up, but
yeah, but he pitted to mediums.
he must he must have given the game must have given the wrong tire. That's the only explanation I
But I
can
think
think.
a few people
That
might have forgot that they had two sets of mediums available because of the sprint race and being intermediates. So everybody had two sets of mediums. Um, but
yeah,
there
I
was
thought
definitely
about
some
using
guys
mine,
that
but
had pitted, that had started on mediums, went to hards, and because of when the safety car came out, could have pitted again and gone back to medium tires on a fresh
yeah,
set, but didn't do it.
force it, but
So yeah, not so
I
much you
didn't
guys that were
fancy it.
further up. You kind of had to stick with what you were on because you'd have lost too many places. But guys further down could have done it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, with
anyway,
it as well.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I actually commentated a 100% race around here last night, and the winner did a free stop, and the soft stints, he did three soft stints, and they were just absolutely lightning. It was
Yeah,
easily the best
they
strategy,
are OP.
easily. But anyway, that's enough of that. So, yeah, congratulations to all three of you, and Spreader on the driver day as well. Um,
One more thing, do you know White Lion? Anybody who was below White Lion will all be promoted a place because he didn't make the race. His Xbox kind of had a issy fit.
right, okay,
So I think he was fifth. So Shrek, I was sixth. So he was promoted to P5 and so on. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, no worries. So yeah, other than that, you invited the play, oh, who was it? The PlayStation player you invited back, didn't you, in the sprint? And that was it. Nobody else dropped out, I don't think, actually, for once. That was quite
No, it was
amazing.
pretty stable tonight. Decent.
Yeah. All right, then. Well, thanks to everybody that's watched live. Thanks to everybody that watched it back at later point. I really appreciate it. Pajala, you're awesome for the 100. I'm going to call them gems. I know you said they're called bits, but I'm going to call them gems anyway because they look more like gems to me. So thank you very much for that. We'll be next week for. Go on, Spreader. You know which track.
Shit, I'm not even looking. Give me 1 second. Now I was
So
looking
I'm
and then
doing
I
it in a way. I'm
stopped.
just bringing up the game companion. Um,
Where is it? Calendar. There we go.
Azerbaijan.
it is Baku,
Oh,
isn't it?
Baku.
Yeah.
Baku. Lovely.
Awesome. My favourite track. Awesome.
It's one of them tracks, right? And it's a really strange track because you think it'd take high downforce, but low
No,
downforce is the key there.
it is definitely.
Weirdly enough.
Yeah.
You say cars on that one then?
If you're above 2.4, then you're too high.
Yes.
So
It
yeah,
was literally you running like 2.5
yeah,
and it works. And I don't ask me how it works, but it works.
yeah, definitely. Um, Okie doke. Well, in that case, thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you next week then for Baku. For myself, I'll be back on Sunday for what will I be back for on Sunday? Will Spin Racing at 6 p.m. and then again at 8 p.m. for. So I'll see you then. Other than that, have a nice weekend and see you all soon. Good night.